welcome back to the YouTube channel. Welcome back to yet another video, and welcome back to yet another video. Not about Bristol City. Yes, again, it is about Bristol City's fellow competitors and the three newly relegated teams coming down for the Premier League. Those are Burnley, Watford, and Norwich City, and I'll be ranking their chances of going straight back to the Promised Land. So, without further ado, let's get straight into it. We'll get straight into the first team, and before I do get into the first team, please make sure to like on the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the YouTube channel for Bristol City content, Championship content, Premier League content, maybe even League One content, you never know. But the highest ranked team out of these three is Burnley, as they survived. They couldn't survive relegation on the final day of the Premier League. They dropped down to the relegation zone whilst Leeds beat them to the drop. They've brought in a hell of a lot of players already under new manager Vincent Kompany, who was appointed during the close season. They've brought in Ian Maatsen on loan from Chelsea. Josh Cullen's come in on a permanent deal from Anderlecht. Obviously, he's worked with Kompany over in Belgium. Samuel Bastian has come in as well. Luke McNally, familiar name to us. He's come in from Oxford. Taylor Harwood-Bellis, familiar name to the Championship. Been on loan at Stoke and has been on loan at Blackburn. In the last two seasons, he's come in on loan from Manchester City. CJ Egan-Riley's come in as well from Manchester City, and Scott Twine's come in from MK Dons, which is a big signing. Who's a great asset to MK Dons. They've brought in Harwood-Bellis and Egan-Riley, who are two Manchester City players. Obviously, Vincent Kompany is a Manchester City legend, so it's no real surprise he's using his contacts there to get hold of the best young players. Maybe likes of Cole Palmer, Liam Delap will be the next one in at Burnley, and I'm sure Burnley fans will be very, very happy if they get those two players in. It is a new look squad from Sean Dyche. They've lost Aaron Lennon, they've lost James Tarkowski, they've lost Ben Mead, they've lost Nick Pope, they've lost Eric Peters, Wayne Hennessy, Nathan Collins, a lot of money for Nathan Collins, and about Weghorst has gone out on loan to Besiktas. So there's a lot of moving parts of Burnley. It is a new play style from Vincent Kompany. It is a more attacking style of play. It is a more passing way of football. It's not what Sean Dyche does, which is very effective, by the way. I'm not saying it isn't, but it's not what Sean Dyche does. And it is a new look squad. Coming down to the Premier League, there was a lack of momentum at Burnley. Towards the back end of it, there was under Michael Jackson. He had a very good run to start with, but then faded off in the end. Is that going to affect some of the players? Potentially. And they need a few more players just to pep it up, or are the new players going to come in with good energy, good young enthusiasm, and going to eradicate that? It's not quite certain at the moment. They are building, even if it's a new look squad, they are building a very good Championship squad, which is hopefully for Burnley going to be a very successful one, because the players they're getting in is high caliber Championship players like Harwood-Bellis. Maatsen was excellent on loan at Coventry last season. McNally was excellent at Oxford. Harwood-Bellis obviously brilliant at Stoke and Blackburn. Twine was incredible at MK Dons. They have brought in the money, which has somewhat softened the potential financial rumours, problems they might have through Nick Pope, Nathan Collins, but they still have the likes of McMaster Cornell on the books, Dwight McNeil as well. So are they going to lose them two, who are brilliant players and will do an incredible job for them in the Championship if they do manage to keep them? Maxwell Cornet's been heavily linked to move away to Everton and Spurs and Newcastle and places like that, where you go, yeah, go there. And the two centre-backs which they lost in the summer on free transfers, Ben Mead and Tim Tarkowski, basically replaced them in Luke McNally and Taylor Harwood-Bellis. I'd probably say they need another centre-back in there, just to add depth and also potentially replace Nathan Collins. But it's good signs of recruitment from Vincent Kompany straight away. So that's Burnley over and done with. Let's move on to Watford. Watford, 19th in the Premier League, finished the season under Roy Hodgson. Obviously went through that normal managerial changes during the season. Sacked Xisco Munoz, brought in Claudio Ranieri, sacked him. In the end, Roy Hodgson was given the job until the end of the season and could not keep the Hornets up. They've brought in Forest Green Rovers manager Rob Edwards, who has left the club after being promoted into the third tier of English football. They've brought in 2 strikers, Ray Minaj from Barcelona and Bayo from RC Sporting Charleroi, I think, from Belgium, which is a big deal because they've paid £5.2 million for him, according to SofaScore. They've paid a lot of money for him, especially for a team in the Championship. They've lost players in terms of Josh King's left on a free transfer, Segura's gone on loan, Cucho Hernandez is a big loss. He's gone to Columbus on a permanent deal, apparently worth up to £8.8 million, according to SofaScore again. Ben Foster's left on a free transfer. Club captain Moussa Sissoko has left on a permanent deal to go to FC Nantes. Philip Zinckernagel was on loan at Watford last season, Forest last season, has gone on a permanent transfer to Olympiacos, and Rob Elliott has left as well on a free transfer. There's a lot of moving parts and definite areas of improvement for Watford. But the 2 big elephants in the room are Emmanuel Dennis and Ismaila Sarr. How will Watford, if they do lose them, there's not been any massive concrete links yet, but if they do lose them, how are they going to plan to replace them? Because they are huge players for Watford. They've already lost Josh King. They lose Dennis and Sarr. That's their front line, basically. I know they've brought in Minaj, I know they've brought in Bayo, but they need a bit more up there just to neutralise Sarr, the loss of Sarr, Dennis and King. This team was promoted in 1920 under Xisco Munoz, and most of it is still there. The likes of Craig Cathcart, Kiko Femenia, Adam Messina, Imran Louza, who is brilliant in the Premier League for Watford. Is he going to still be there? I'm not sure. They've brought in money from Cucho Hernandez. Again, might bring in money from Dennis and Sarr, and they'll be good needed money for Watford. There's always the uncertainty at Watford, isn't there? Whether the manager will stay or not. Rob Edwards is going to get enough time to gel up and to switch from Hodgson's style of play and Ranieri's style of play, which is quite rigid and progressive and slow but effective, to a passing, more progressive, fluid style of football. Not sure. And obviously there is a squad overhaul. They're going to lose their star players. If they want the money, they're going to sell them. How much money will the Pozzos put back into it? Don't know. And realistically, who are they going to get at this point in time to fill the gaps they've got? Scott Twine's already left. Any other potential names? Let me know down in the comment section below to fix some of their gaping holes in the squad, basically. I say they need another centre back. Don't think that's good enough at the moment, and I think they'll be fine. To be honest, I think they'll be fine. They've just got too much quality in there, haven't they? So that's Watford for you, and now let's move on to the final team who was relegated from the Premier League. And the final team that were relegated from the Premier League was Norwich City, and this is again a familiar tale for Norwich. They have been quite up and down over recent years, and again this is another relegation from the Premier League. They have brought in 2 very key players, Isaac Hayden on loan from Newcastle, and also Gabriel Sara from Sao Paulo for a deal reportedly worth up to £6 million, which again is quite a lot of money, a bit like Watford with Bayo. So they have to get the recruitment right. They've lost Bally Mumba on loan to Plymouth. Plemzor Palheta has gone on loan to Birmingham. Famwo has joined Sheffield Wednesday. Joseph Dermich is a free agent. Lucas Roop at the end of his contract. Adshed on loan to Cheltenham. Oxford is a free agent. And also Kirangi has gone to Hibs. I'm not sure if I've got that pronunciation right, but never mind. So yeah, they have lost a few players, but again, 2 key signings in Hayden and Sara. This squad is very much proven in the Championship, and they've got a jewel sitting on top of that very good crown, and that jewel is priceless. This this duel will get them glory, everything, and that duel is Timu Pukki. Keep Timu Pukki in the Championship and you're basically guaranteed promotion if you're Norwich City. They've also got Dean Smith, who brilliantly, quite remarkably, got Aston Villa 10 wins in a row and got them promoted to the Premier League through the playoffs. And also he's got managerial experience in the Premier League, keeping Villa near the top half sometimes. So, you know, he's a very good manager. Will be a very good manager at this level. A few negatives there for Norwich. Will they lose Max Aarons, who is a very key player to them, who's obviously brilliant in the Championship? Him, Buendia, Pukki, Vrancic, Hernandez, you know, Cantwell, key players for Norwich in the Championship the last time they got promoted. And also, even if they keep, and I said about Timu Pukki being the jewel of the crown, if they don't keep Timu Pukki, then we've got problems, because they've got Adenida, who's good, who's decent in the Premier League, didn't play as many games as he would have liked due to injury, but is he realistically going to make the level and be the star man for Norwich and score all the goals? Or they're going to have to rely on the likes of Hernandez, Jordan Hugill, potentially Todd Cantwell, too much pressure on Gabriel Sara, go from midfield. I don't know. So it's very vital they keep Timu Pukki, otherwise there's going to be a lot of change in football clubs. So I said Norwich are quite heavily reliant on Timu Pukki at this point in time. So that's it in terms of analysing all the teams. In terms of ranking them, I'd say Norwich have got the best chance of going straight back up, purely because they've got Timu Pukki and they've got Dean Smith at the club. Second, I've got Watford in, purely because they've got a very good Championship squad. I am slightly concerned about the fact that Rob Edwards is, you know, he won't last long. And I think just below is Burnley. But I think it's very close between Watford and Burnley. I think Norwich are by far clear, but then it's quite way down, and then it's quite close between Burnley and Watford. I think you could switch either one round and go, they've got a better chance of promotion. No, they've got a better chance. I think if you put Burnley or Watford in either order, I think I'll be happy. I'll be fine with that. I won't lose any sleep over that. So yeah, thank you guys very much for watching this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. It's a bit different yet again, and I'll be back soon. And yeah, make sure before you leave, hit the like on the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the acheive Reviews channel for more Bristol City content. It's a team I support. Also Championship content, Premier League content as well. And tomorrow is actually a bit of a special video, so keep your eyes tuned. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Thank you very much. Keep safe, and I'll catch you later. Cheers.